Now look at stress now. So I already pinpointed people on the run, they eat, and a lot of times they don't eat. You look at all the accountants, you know, they say, oh, April comes around and they have so many cases, you know, they're staying in late, they eat late, they don't usually, they skip lunch, you know, all that kind of stuff is very stressful, not psychologically, but also physically. Because what happens is that if you don't eat, and let's say morning you start at 6 and, you know, you work right through lunch, and 3 o'clock comes around and says, oh, now it's time to sit down, have a cup of coffee, and have something to eat. You'll be starving. So when you're starving, what do you eat? You eat fast, you know? Guys, for instance, if you run late to a buffet and have 15 minutes before it starts to close, boy, you pile on that plate, all right? And you want to go back 3 times before they close. And so within that 15 minutes, you go on 2 or 3 plates, right? Now, that's stressful eating. Marital status, if you have terrible divorce or whatever, that makes a big difference to your life. Your appetite goes down, you know, you get depressed. These are things that, unfortunately, is everyday life. And we don't know, looking at each other, who has what. But it's important that you know and understand what you're going through. Now, family upbringing is very important, too, because family, in many ways, is influencing you from day one. As a baby, as a child, you learn your no's and don'ts. Now, illnesses, unfortunately, it happens to all of us. This is something that nobody can escape. You know, I have people who live up to 104, but they still have illnesses, and unfortunately, but that's, if you have specific illnesses, like you got a stroke. After a stroke, what can you do? You can't go out and buy your own stuff. You're relying on people who bring in foods. I have one gentleman who stroked out at the age of 50. He fell off a ladder and broke his neck while trying to pick apples. So he's been totally dependent, you know, to his wife for 18 years. He was lying in bed for 18 years. Now, socioeconomic is very important because people who live by paycheck is going to be very governed by, you know, end of the month. If you run out of money, what do you feed your kids with? So you go and get fast foods, snacks, things like that, which is very high in carbs, and so they end up picking up more weight. You know, these are unfortunate. But at the same time, if you live far away and your shopping center is miles away, you know, the kids may have to, especially in Africa and places like that, they have to walk miles to just buy something, right? Or even, you know, rural area here in America, I think there are people who are malnourished because of these reasons. Thank you for viewing my videos, and I appreciate your time and effort. Please don't forget to subscribe, so in the future, any new videos that comes along, you'll be automatically notified.